Hey guys, Blue 911 here. We have to talk again. I've been watching all these people like freaking out because they think that Ron Paul has suspended his campaign. Ron Paul never even said he was suspending his campaign. The media hasn't been paying attention to him since he started. I mean, I'm talking about like back in 1980 here. Since he started, they haven't paid attention to him. And yet now, you're going to pay attention to the media? Makes no sense to me whatsoever. They've been bought and paid for centuries. Every governmental, group that ever took over a country in a dictatorship had their own media arm to convince the citizenry of what they should be believing. So come on, let's get real here, all right? Let's pay attention to what's going on. Ron Paul has won more delegates in the past, couple of months than, he's ever won. And it just makes no sense whatsoever to think that he would drop out at this point. It isn't real. Stop paying attention to it. We have many more, way more important things to be paying attention to right now. We've got Paul Festival coming up in August, 100,000 people, huge, huge Liberty event, the largest Liberty event that's ever taken place in the history of the world. And it's going to be so great. We're going to bring all of the delegates down, not just the Ron Paul delegates, but all the delegates down. We want to bring them to Paul Festival, show them what Liberty is really about. So we've got a big job to do here, and we can go down to Tampa and we can change hearts and minds, and we can show people that true liberty doesn't come from a president. True liberty comes from within yourself. So, let's do what we need to do. Speaking of the Ron voice, we're in the process of revamping the entire Ronvoy process for this event. Originally, we were doing this purely for Paul Festival, and when we realized the huge number of individuals who want to go to Tampa, not just for Paul Fest, but to stay for the entire duration of the RNC, we realized we had a much bigger project on our hands. So right now, if you go to the Ronvoy website at ronvoy2012.eventbrite.com, the rates you'll see there are for people who will be arriving in Tampa on the 24th, staying for Paul Fest and the Veterans for Ron Paul March on the 27th, and then leaving Tampa immediately after the Veterans for Ron Paul March. We will have a new set of rates based on staying in Tampa the entire duration of the convention. And so we want to make sure that everyone who wants to stay in Tampa for the entire time is going to be able to do that. And the only way we can do that is to revamp the entire system, which is totally fine. We've put a lot of effort into it so far. We're going to continue to work really hard to make sure that everyone who wants to go to Tampa can go to Tampa cheaply. We also have another thing we're working on. I don't want to say too much about it as far as transportation is concerned. In case it doesn't come through, I don't want anyone to be disappointed. However, we are working on another option for getting people to Tampa. So bear with me. We're working on putting it together. The Ronvoy should be fully revamped within like 7 to 10 days. And the travel and lodging section on the Paul Festival website will also be being redone to create a better ease of use with the new system that we're going to have. So stick with us, join the Ronvoy group page at facebook.com/groups/Ronvoy2012. If you haven't been to Paul Festival website yet, check it out. It's at paulfestival.com. Lots of information is being added, periodically. Hey, if you're a delegate, you should be getting an email from your state party officials telling you about the hotel accommodations that they've set up for you. Just to let you know, we are also booking hotel group blocks, so when we find out what the RNC rates are, I wouldn't be surprised if many of you don't go ahead and choose to stay with your Ron Paul buddies, which would be great. We'd love to have you, of course, but we're going to do everything we can to get some funding raised for you guys to cover the cost of your travel and hopefully part of your lodging as well, if we can do that. Be talking to all of your local media groups, or meetup groups, excuse me, and tell them, that you need to start a fundraising drive for your group. And once we get the new travel and lodging pages revamped on the Paul Festival website, there will be an option for you to go right on the Paul Festival website and donate directly to the state delegation that you want your money to go to for travel. We also are taking donations in general for all delegates to share in the cost of their travel and lodging, and that can be found at delegatesponsor.eventbrite.com. So if you want to donate right now to the travel and lodging for the delegates who are going to Tampa for the RNC, go to delegatesponsor.eventbrite.com. Otherwise, hold off. Check out the Paul Festival website here in about a week, and we should have a lot of information put up there so that you can donate directly to the state delegation that you want your money to go to. In the meantime, we have a lot to accomplish and not very much time to do it in. Anyone who knows me knows that I don't necessarily buy into the whole thing about politics and the two-party paradigm and all of that, craziness. I sincerely believe that liberty is found within yourself, and you express it in the way that you choose to live your life. Self-government, self-responsibility are hand in hand. So, however, that being said, Ron Paul is the only man I've ever heard who acknowledged the anarchists in the crowd. So, I'll support him until he gives me a reason not to. I hope to see you guys in Tampa. It's going to be amazing, and it's going to be really cool. See ya.